Living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job? Then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.
Young penny for who baby say, if you are seeing her, will be ma, will be check. Why not HL? So we'll pay IT, won't be 1 year, so we'll pay support. Slam Technology say your #1 partner. Your office will US in ye, your office will Ghana, so ye, your numbers ni kuhono. So we should share IT classes, we will career coaching, we will support for business, cybersecurity. Free, na your partner. Your back fear wow. Slam Technologies, transformation with excellence. Free is here, baby, be around me and wow.
My name is Calipos, the only boss with one S. Happy New Month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of TapTapSend. People, TapTapSend is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana. If you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download TapTapSend on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on TapTapSend.
TapTapSend. Send more, spend less.
This Airbnb in Bensuman Estate, Accra, is only $40 a day and offers all the amenities for a comfortable stay. It is also conveniently located 30 minutes away from the airport. We also have 1 and 2 bedroom apartments for long-term rental at Ingleshi, Amantron, 15 minutes to the Wadi Togo and the West Coast Mall going for 1,500 and 1,000 Ghana cedis only. Call Parry Group on 053-866-3532, 053-866-3532. This is Parry Group of Companies.
All right, Ebusa from Akwa SVTV Africa Social Live from FZTV Africa Studios. I'm Akwa Mene. Friday, thank God it's Friday. Meeting Lawyer Wisdom Akao Wiseman Solicitors the program then there. Share live, streaming live or YouTube channel SVTV Africa. So as soon as you call Facebook, so SVTV Africa, the TikTok account SVTV Africa, and then they see UK in Sansam, UK make hot. Then they see what UK. Aha. It was studio and they will say, me different level we can crash what I say, some kind of way. So, me go straight. I'm the Lawyer Wisdom Akaho, embedding come Wiseman Solicitors, show no say embedding come on and then they cost you came run almost then they cost so lawyer me more akwa boko there.
DJ Mejo so boko who to say?
Me so me ya pa na and me no babe program na me who say technical way bia baba say no. Some managing is and also who me different kakra.
We are swag, we easy share DJ.
And I said no, say managing society. Me beto you came run the attitude me no can be last week. In sense about intro exams and as you see omu here na then and sana also you bet no my say 10 years so say then nyama no bebre abobo so sa. Enti then aba biom UK information no muntie no wa ha last week you can later me say week na ebu ye dede won ba who follow you and I'm sure so no wonya sa fila ni nyina deda but lawyer den na si bi omi entie o
DJ bidase etiefo ene ahwefo ina ye chi obi a gidi se adomonti ye ho ye thank God it's Friday TGFI thank God it's Friday TG thank God it's Friday TGIF. Yes, another Friday is here. We thank God. Well, DJ, I believe we are doing well. UK, there's someone to send you a kind of last week. Mortias, yes, India, yet to miss Saya Marano anytime tea. Yes, sorry, not say, we are share we muna, and yeah, in fact, if it me a propose be as say, now you're calling as Saya Marano. What I mean is, it's very easy to change the rules in this country. Parliament can always make the changes as and when they want, once it goes through the necessary procedures. Not be ever last week, you be awesome. Now, this week, Anna be a friend white paper. White paper. Meaning, I think you've heard it already, you know it already. So per se, it's not new, but it's in the news everywhere. You say about white paper. You see white paper, but you see Mrane so yes, me per se, me to me boss in Namin Trebi Pika Cremo. You see white paper. A dang any white paper. Younger yeah cover white paper. Obi so busy see as a any white paper or work as me nemo you see white paper but and see Mrane is near met me I can't after say what's your definition of a white paper? I say a white paper is a report or guide that informs readers concisely about a complex issue and presents the issuing body's philosophy on a matter. It is meant to help readers understand an issue, solve a problem, or make a decision. A white paper is a report or guide that informs readers concisely about a complex issue. Niechirani say, you see white paper, a report be a government, and our institution, a particular institution be actual. It identifies an issue, problems, and then they tell you their views about it, and then they tell you the solution to the problem. Or more identifying. So you see, white paper. Niechirani say the UK government have identified some problems and they are stating their opinion or their views or their philosophy about those problems. And they are also stating their solutions to those problems. So, a problem has been identified or problems have been identified, the government's philosophy about that problem, and then how the government intends to solve that problem. Now, they have identified different problems in this white paper. Okay. So, and then making kind ipi. Then area, I'll take some questions. The questions obviously can cover everything else. So, the government, it says the white paper originated with the British government with the Churchill White Paper in 1922, being an early example. So, white paper, it started from 1922 with Churchill. This is Churchill White Paper. White paper is usually the less extensive version of a so-called blue book, both terms being derived from the color of the document's cover. So, white paper. If you go to the definition, all it's talking about is a problem has been identified, the philosophy of the identifiers about that problem, and how they intend to solve the problems. And Yanko entries a problems when Home Office and a government no identifier. And what is their philosophy about those problems, and how are they going to solve those problems? 1. Health and care, in no particular order. Health and care. With the health care visa. Omunye juma enya because employers na di omo baye no. Employer na nkasa nim say nipa mienu ena betimi aye juma woni ho. But wakofa nipa du aba. Nipa du na aba no omunye juma enya. Anti home office etiti here. Any cancel a minimum COS sponsorship license na employer need buy no Oma cancel employers need sponsorship license, and after that Oma cancel employees no so almost COS and bebre abeye stranded in the system. A bin so ya revoke almost sponsors license, but home office actually say your sponsors license has been revoked and therefore you are affected now. So until Obeti from another department from the home office and Sana SSO. All these people are in the system. Of course, with the employers in this country, or see, 40 hours a week. What we do no 10 hours per hour a week no almost system. The home office see this is the problem. You remember sometime last year, there were so many people coming with their dependents, and the home office said that is a problem. And the almost Emrano from the 11th of March 2024, I actually said, the health and care business and a buyer want to make empire with dependents, Emma. That was the solution to the problem of influx of dependents based on the health and care visa holders. So that was a solution to that problem. So say near air cost and say never be brave air system no me say be ATM they are in such a situation. The government said because so many people are in the country as a result of the health and care employers bringing the people in and not getting work for them, government just said that is the problem. The solution is this, is that up until 2028, no employer can bring anybody from outside the UK until they have absorbed Omoa inside the UK. The only time about media will be UK outside the UK abanise. What should I say? The whole of England, unyo bia about me a jumana upesa obayano. And say Abia, why your adverts, bebre? Why your interviews, bebre? Wow, sha, Obia ni hwa, obetimia yes the health and care, Jumana upesa babayano, to the extent say, just say ukofo be from outside the UK, Abba, and no pet answer no betime, I recruit you from outside. Home office for say, if that is not the case, and you want to be for be ma, copim timer. Young are in the system. We absorb all of them and sana ultimately go before from Abba from outside. To me, that is excellent. That is good because so many people are stranded in the system, have no work to do, only because they've been swindled, they've been misled to come to the UK thinking that the jobs were all lying in the streets. And they've come to see that all that glitters is not gold. And they are stranded. So the government wants them to be absorbed before new people can come to the UK. That has to do with the health and care sector. Another area the government has identified, students. And also a white paper. Omo who say universities need be no in Crawford, but to make and retaining the students in the schools. I don't see the government's idea of solving that is that the universities will be coded green, amber, red. Green, amber, red. I have to say traffic lights. Green, literally said the university is compliant. Or di emraso pepepe. Students liba omuko school bibia pepepe. She said university ni green. Amber, actually say wono you are defaulting. Or students liba omuko school no they don't complete the course. Retention rate is low. Therefore, you'll give you warning and maybe help you how to make things right. Right, actually, say you are in danger of not being able to bring students from outside, or the Home Office can give you a quota. You can only bring 2,000 people. Maybe the university used to bring maybe 5,000 students. But the Home Office can say, another government can say, all right, you are only able to keep 2,000 students in the school instead of 2,500 or 2,300. In that case, we are only going to give you 1,500. They will stay. As for how this is going to work, I can't know and I can't tell. I cannot know how it's going to work. I do not know how it's going to work, and I cannot foresee how it's going to work. But Mjidi said the government is going to sit down and also help to plan it so that the universities can bring in people, and then I make sure say Omako school no kopim timer on the course. And no one problem. The solution is that government they say you be coding green traffic lights, green, amber, and a yellow, and then red. And also idea here. Now with the students, no government say they want to make it difficult. Say students by no have a claim asylum. Almost see a biddy, say me great UK no me remu me by secure asylum. They want to make it more difficult for students to do that. So let's go to English language requirement. Now, yenim say wo di wo kunu ana wo yiri eba UK ha na oba as a spouse. There are requirements as I said in terms of the English language. Now, Home Office for say no normally only the main applicant and the English language, main applicant and the English language. Papa no anama no. So Osha paragraph 253 of the white paper now. Amudiabana, paragraph 253 and number 253 on page 67. And say to support the system of English that is integration, where people can communicate and speak or can speak English without difficulties. I said to support this, we will introduce new English language requirements across a broader range of immigration routes for both main applicants and their dependents to ensure better knowledge of English, including an assessment of improvements over time. Niomu can say, only the father, or only the mother, only the husband, and not only the wife, no. Who pen English language. Based on Niomu can say, they would introduce new English language requirements across broader range of immigration routes. And say, marriage for no, you have to write it. Health and care for, as for them, we know they write it already. Some other routes, you also have to write the English. They want to make it across board so that you can write the English language. And you almost see it for both main applicants and their dependents to ensure that there is a better knowledge of English. Now, OSHA paragraph 254 now. I see we will increase language requirements for skilled workers and workers where a language requirement already applies from B1 to B2. B1 to B2. And they are going to increase it. So Ghana eba, usually it is A1. Ubadu kromha now by indefinite. As I said, sorry, now by extension over A2. So A1 now the aba, A2 for extension. And so now wakwaji indefinite why B1. Home Office for say they intend for skilled workers and workers where language requirements already applies, they will want to increase it. They will increase it from B1 to B2. From B1 to B2. And not an essay. And also a white paper. No person can go to paragraph 253, page 67 to page 68. Bibia ewo, you can read it for yourself. You can read it for yourself. DJ Yami has been encouraging us to be reading for ourselves, to be doing the research. So please, I'm also encouraging you too. Please go and Google the government white paper, and you see all the details are almost restoring control over the immigration system. Restoring control over the immigration system, May 2025. I know any white paper now. Yeah, can. Now, paragraph 255. I must say, it is important to ensure better integration and consistency in our requirements for family members across the immigration routes. So we will introduce a new English language requirement for all adult dependents. All adult dependents. And they'll increase it, they'll change it for skilled workers and workers in other areas where English already applies. Now, in addition to that, adult dependents. And so, why application amano for whatever reason is eligible to come to the UK under the immigration rules. Not we're more than 18 years. That is an adult person, another dependent, or no, or metro. Students at level A1 to align to spousal and partner routes and will work towards increasing this requirement over time. And to also make sure English language test at level A1. The question is, how many of us, especially our elderly folks, abia onye the 65 years, because with this 65 years I won't drop. Maybe oh papa, and now mommy, why this 62, 63, 64? Upe so ba ebe ka ho e okrom ha. Oni ebia wanko school da. Sebi wanko school da. And brofo no ya dia betimi akan. In other words, amu pa cho se won timi enjura ene enya dia obeba ekrom ha. So eno eye one problem yeah, identify say ebeba in the system for adult dependents. No. Now, OSHA paragraph 256 and so on. Almost say we want individuals to improve their English language skills over time as they continue with stay in the UK. OSHA language now. Almost say we will. Niamekano enya emma emeye emraye. Nipa bebre se emra na abano enya maye. Afei na omodi eba. That is what they intend to do. And to me and kase emrana apano. And to social language no muchona. Almost say we will. It's something they are going to do. They will do it. We will introduce requirements to demonstrate progression to level A2 for any visa extension and B2. And from A1, would you have A2 in the UK, B1, B2. I'm from B1, I could B2. And Mejidi said, Yanga yetro B1 say for indefinite no. Say details ni ba. We may see say onward since from A B1 and they are called B2. But because I'm running on my entity, we ya kokobo, idea on occasion say, we any eba be ye, and ye train ashe details no say ba, we will let you know. Paragraph 257. I must say we will increase our existing requirements for settlement across majority of immigration rules from B1 to B2. And yenga to send Americano, yenga B1 answer the akoji indefinite now. Almost see call B2 answer wait me indefinite. So from B1 to B2, they are going to change it from B1 to B2 and sana wanya o indefinite leave to remain. So let's all take note of that. Let's pay attention to that because it's going to change. All change, please. All change, please. The old laws are coming to a termination. All change. All change. The laws are changing. But Ayami Council said Yatna kakra, at least Yahunia kakra. The rules keep changing. A cop na ba na eko na sisa na ba na ebi ye na ebi nso nye na akọ na sisa na ba na ebi ye na ebi nso nye. It keeps going and coming. So nobody should panic. Nobody should get too worried. I am very certain that as time goes on, the rules will keep changing. Like I said, ebi favorable, ebi nso nye favorable, but we are still going forward. Yeah, call you anyone no. Yeah, call you anyone no. Now, yeah, I can say where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will to pass the exams, you will find a way of learning. You have to devise your own strategy of learning and you pass. Go online, call YouTube, videos new A2 English test videos new A1 English test videos B1 B2 fa o speaker o earphone share airpod share wasomo and now your earpiece fa share wasomo. Play the videos over and over and over. Listen to it over and over and over and over and over. You will get it. Listen to different tapes. Listen to different videos. Different videos on A1. Different videos on A2. Different videos on B1. Different videos on B2. Over and over and over. Uber course, Uber trying to say 10. But so why you are doing say went to me yeah, and you went to me yeah. Bibia if you are doing no more. Uber you went to me you. If you are doing what shall that say? I did mean to me, yeah. You've already closed your mind. And the abroad so want to me, and I'll bump no why your audience I want to mean try. And the HLS 2.5 years now, nobody copim timer. Maybe already 65 years. And son when you indefinite. So that is what it is. Now, another thing I already here, baby, I am friend end settlement. End settlement. Niamu say, settlement in the UK is a prerequisite for becoming a British citizen and brings lifelong benefits. Settlement is an important step in integrating and contributing to local communities and the wider country. Niamu can say, they intend, say, we will, therefore reform the current rules around settlement through an expansion of the principle behind the points-based system, that individuals should earn their right to privileged immigration status in the UK through the long-term contribution they bring to our country. Ne amu can say, ne amu say, all change in the rules again. Wahala is coming. Say no. Say. They intend say minim samba yo. But Omo kind here, you can never be too sure. Almost say, ni Omo air can say. Before when you're indefinite, no. Say dear, when you have 10 years, what through exams do be fine. When you're in the we application now, Omo check it, only criminal record, anyway, then straight away, now of course, wait to me and you indefinite leave to remain. Say no, almost say they intend to reform the current rules around settlement through an expansion of the principle behind the point-based system. And the point-based system principles, no, and I ever. Mijidi say, Nyoma can say, answer about indefinite, no, and answer about British citizenship. You have to earn some points. Example, say, Obi ever come as a student, as I said, any points, 70 points. If you're coming to the UK as a student, you have to earn 70 points. Tier 4 visa is based on points. Point number 1, a year, CAS, confirmation of acceptance for study, letter. And CAS no amount 50 points. It says the course requirement, level of study requirement, place of study requirement, and about 50 points. If you honor, we got financial requirement and no more 10 points. Now it's 60. If you were, we got language requirement and also about 10 points. Now I have 70. When you're 70 now, then over to me a application no and send the visa no at the amount and send as a student. Almost per se, almost this points-based system principally ever share indefinite leave more. In other words, you have to score points, or you may have to score points. Based on my understanding of this, I must say we will reform the rules around settlement through expansion of the principle behind point-based system, that individuals should earn their right to privilege immigration status in the UK. Points, ebeba. Mejidi say the points, beba. Unless omo decide to change, but I'm say points. Ebeba, the principle around the point-based system. Geometry can say, okay, outside of indefinite, no. Ultra English now pass here, that is 20 points. If your salary, how much do you earn? Would you more than £38,000? That is another 20 points. ABIA, how long have you lived in the UK? Or if you have no criminal record, you have no criminality or anything, maybe that's another 10 points. And the number added point by point by point. Who score the points now? And Sana, when your settlement. That is the intention from what I read from here. And see, so we are eligible to apply for indefinite CCA, Mr. Yen in term applying in term answer Embrano, about because Embrano yaba pet, it will take effect. It take effect in so. So one score points now, any obwa, unto me, and yet settled person in the UK, onya indefinite. And now British citizenship, and also they still want to bring the point-based system principle in the same way. Honestly, when it comes to British citizenship, okay, before I even go to the British citizenship, honestly, through the expansion of the point-based system, they want to make settlements in that principle. They want to use that principle. Paragraph 264. Almost this expansion of the point-based system will increase the standard qualifying period for settlement to 10 years. The point-based system will increase the standard qualifying period for settlement to 10 years. And the one share, indefinite leave, no, one share, as I said, for 10 years, and sana, which means indefinite leave to remain. Based on your Omo Kano, we hope some of these things will change. But if everything they've written in this paper is going to take effect, and it's indefinite, 10 years, and sana, indefinite. But I'm sure it's going to be certain sectors. It's not going to be everybody. It's going to be certain sectors. Maybe I worry for from outside may still be 5 years. I don't know. We don't know what the changes are going to be. We don't know if it's going to be still at 5 years or it's going to change. If it's going to be health and care and our skilled workers, from 5 years to 10 years. So we are waiting to see the details. So that is what it is. And I must say, we will continue to offer shorter pathway to settlement for non-UK dependents of British citizens to 5 years, provided they have remained compliant with the requirements. And we will continue to offer a shorter pathway. So it's also possible, sir, if you're a spouse or if you're a family member of a British citizen, you are dependent of a British citizen, it will remain 5 years, or that's a shorter route, if you have remained compliant. And I want the Emraniswa any 5 years. But scientists are, depending on the details of Mubano, about 10 years. And then they went on to say, through the expansion of the point-based system, individuals will also have the opportunity to reduce the qualifying period based on point-based contribution to the UK economy and society. And so, what about UK? Over £1 million. We have a share business move. You have created jobs. People are employed here and there. If they see the contribution you are making in the UK system, it is also possible, sir, you have a shorter period of getting your indefinite leave to remain in the UK. And also, we are waiting to see how the rules would apply or what the details will be, and then we can take it from there. Now, very interesting. Very interesting. The creation of new bereaved parent routes, allowing those in the UK on the route to parents of a British citizen, but who have tragic. Okay, Niamu can say, so we are papa, and now we are mommy. Why application based on Uber? Or your British citizen. Now, unfortunately, and sadly, Uber if you more, wono Uber go straight to indefinite, and yet 2.5 years maybe. And see, if for any reason, sadly, your child that is a British citizen passes, you go straight for indefinite and not the 2.5 years now. So that is also another way. And Omo UK who turn 18 discover they do have status, etc. So there's provision for Omo under 18 and so I'm na UK for some time now. We are waiting to see what the details will be. Citizenship. Answer about a British citizen. Near Omo can say we will introduce. Okay, this is what it said. In 2024, the UK government or the UK, this country, 269,621 people became British citizens. In 2024, 269,000, let's say 270,000 people became British citizens. That is 30% more than 2023. We do not want to offer British citizenship and a lifelong benefit it brings to those who have circumvented our rules or those who have not demonstrated that they have contributed to the UK. So they are looking at what contribution have you made? Have you cheated away? Have you used some Kululu ways to get a British to stay in this country? They don't want to give citizenship to those who have not contributed to the UK system. And they also don't want to give it to those who have used Kululu ways to get their stay in this country. That is what they are saying. And we will introduce reform to citizenship to align to end settlement reforms, building on the expansion of the point-based system to settlement. So, British citizenship and so, somebody by any point-based system. Maybe you score point for your English, you score point for your job, you score point for your residence, you score point for your character, you score point for other things. We don't know. Yeah, train. Actually, say details by now. Another thing is, I will say, similar to the end settlement, we will increase the standard qualifying period and expand the point-based system to allow those with greater contributions to qualify sooner. We will also conduct a refresh of the life in the UK test and how it operates. Finally, we will consider measures to reduce the financial barriers to young adults who have lived here through their childhood from accessing British citizenship, nationality. Right. This is what they are saying. They will refresh the life in the UK test system. No. As I said, because someone easy. I would advise that if you are eligible or if you are required to write a life in the UK test, please go and do it now. Because once the rules change, I don't think it's going to make it easier. So
once the rules change, lawyer, once the rules change, the na moment my knee, Nankofo, the adrin diagro. Yeah, my year, my money, a corner bar. One ever got now. Almost is the banner, the crew, into the open on my yes, the crew. Yeah, my pay for Mutia, yes, societies Mutia, my knee. Na hanye de na mo hihye mra we mayen saa ye ma me no ye papa mo ne enuane bi o man hyedan ko school ye don be trust hade we na ze mo be se be ena mo pe we samiz dia pame yen ena mo ye saa kulu efe de o de o kan se nipa do 1 million pound nipa do 1 million pounds dia o be invest o mu kro mo dia ene de e den a e be ama na sesera won adwen kese. Now, one they grow 1 million pounds, no baby channel from Ghana, so the baby channel on the or the baby business or Abra Ghana.
UK almost contribution but now year to the UK economy, to the country. Contribution look for 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. Now they are now baby business for how more sitting within a short period, maybe some number of years. Meet the requirements You're more citizen from Honway British citizen, but you have to contribute financial contributions, investments. Did you want to mention? It's that's what the rules are coming to say. They want.
I drink here.
I drink here. I drink here. Hey, I drink here.
Lawyer. Yo. Na Africa had that. Na sankofo we almost sorry. O show my say nyom nko an o hwa ada we for ni nyina Europe for ni ade no mo yi dem ra hye no mo tete ani ade ni nyina atete nko an frustration. Omo be say be omo pay we omo krom ho. Ani ntina omo ye sa nyama we nya na say mo de debia UK for debia mo se mo mra mo de bibiba. Ye jamu krom oba ka sa nyama mo hye man. Kai beba for visit pe na ya be and the visit say na mo so yo mo ba ha no na fe de mo hye bebre yan be kan brofo yan nya ye mo anse na mama ya trem ni be trem so agi say 10 years e dey mra kra ni lawyer how dey to mo share live wo YouTuber SVTV Africa so they streaming live on Facebook SVTV Africa na TikTok SVTV Africa every Fridays be a mini lawyer wisdom akaho wise man solicitors here program wa into share live comment section obeti wo question bi wa na MBA phone line ba wo question bi wa ko YouTube page obeti me bisa no me de beto screen so be kenkan amamo na sisi ade o kan amamo update sa nyama we nyina ye kan last week but this week we hu say bi mu afi na bi mu ye dede wo ba lawyer ma update u follow yen dia obey updated enya afi na e be chance to follow ade we nyina kan last week but few ones me no de hihye mu nti anamo follow yen YouTube channel na SVTV Africa TikTok so there the short videos to share short videos for TikToker teasers but full videos no YouTube ya be na nche so and video bi obo page bi on TikTok ya just teasers short full videos no YouTuber so join or YouTuber simple o share or TikTok or call a profile page obo YouTube link ne so be bie e bia obo say live here or question bi obo say lawyer sometimes e be phone line but na the MBA phone line and or they update them every Fridays be about 5:30 UK is amuli dey one hour until 5:30 to 7 na ewie nti lawyer to aso na area na MPK questions no lawyer wisdom aka or London or yet heavy man pass our lawyer we lawyer to aso
DJ Usha me kind of baby recently I was listening to some philosophical speeches and Nipanika said the higher level of thinking always controls the lower. The higher level of thinking would always control the lower level of thinking. And Nuntina, the higher level of thinking in terms of drilling oil will drill your oil, bring it and refine it here, and send it back to you. Because they have a higher level of processing, higher level of thinking. I've been DJ Kano. Until science we ever update ourselves to that level, unfortunately, the higher level of thinking will always be controlling the lower. Until the higher level of thinking, until we also bring ourselves to the level of processing our raw materials, rather than say ever exporting the raw ones to the people who have a higher level of processing, higher level of technology, the higher level of thinking will always control the lower. Amukronie, DJ Tisenia Wukano, Amukronie, Nyomo Pano, and Amuye. And say, this is my country and these are my rules. This is the UK and these are the UK rules. I'm not talking about me as an individual, but I'm just giving something. Until, sir, yeah, to the extent that we don't necessarily have to beg for living in this country. Now, you have to come for holidays and go back to our country. The changes will keep coming. And of course, they'll keep trying to protect their borders. But putting that on the side, DJ, can you imagine? Can you just imagine for a moment? Say, UK, Abuja borders, no sir. All the borders are open. DJ, can you imagine, sir, UK say, look, Echna, for 1 month, your Abuja borders need now. the airwaves, the seaports, the land borders, your beatum will be able to nearby. DJ, can you imagine what will happen?
In some phone in a room.
Housing, NHS, hospitals, schools, and all the social services. No pressure. And non they are controlling immigration. They try to control it so that the number of people who come in, they can manage it. Last year, DJ, do you know how many people who came and didn't go back? In 2023, the net migration, almost 1 million people remain in the UK who didn't go back.
A dozen.
Last year, net migration was 906,000 people. 2024, came down to 700,000 plus. Now, can you imagine? If year on year, every year for 500,000 above, every year 500,000 above, it's going to be a problem for them to manage. And so that they can manage the number of people who come in. Last thing I'm going to do, then I can take the questions is this: deportation. Home Office for say. Someone who said there are a lot of foreign criminals in the system. And did you unfortunately say uko prisons now? Before we break I hono. And now youngsters we break I hono. The youth we break I hono. Yeah. Young and then say, I will see. Drugs, gang, knives, guns. I must say, we are Bonibia, deportation. They want to make it easy. So the reform now, Bano, our white paper no more. Obia will change. Go to page 75. Page 75 of the 76-page white paper. The white paper is 76 pages. So we got page 75. I'm going to say the rules must be respected and enforced. From our crackdown on illegal working to the deportation of foreign criminals. Illegal working to the deportation of foreign criminals. I'm going to say, point one, we will tighten up the rules we apply both at the border and within the immigration system to make it easy to refuse entry or asylum. And to say airport hono almost take effect. It's going to be very easy for immigration border officials to refuse you entry. Last month, one month was about program last month, and it's the program crack community at the end of they want to make it easy for them to refuse people to enter. And say over no claiming asylum. A big claiming asylum. They want to make it easy for them to refuse you asylum. So DJ, it's serious. It's serious.
Means be pami efi mu krom ho. Nti yen na me ka say yen ye krom ni ye krom yi a ene de omehu say ba na e ba no esote omuankasa omuwa enyo omuwa no mbeto say ehia carrots UK short ehia carrots those years ago enyo no buy omanya de omu pewie aburu so nti omu pami yen say omu beta itim say emra efi eno na omu ye sade no na yen so say ha ne ye na ye nya bibi ye na obi a nya bibi ye na ye koyi ni ma emu ahin na obeka so no kwakotenem akofasa how we mu ne ateti we mu no bebre nko nti me de me kan say yen hwe ne yen so yen ye man ni saa so na e bia other Africans no hwehwe won say someday me bisa o lawyer me bisa o sade we da ba o ma me answer but also na wonye too sure me bisa o say Rwanda for ahin we hu omo UK say Africa adwane ye fa so ni ade we hu Rwanda for some years ah.
So far, me share Rwanda Nibiada. So far, me share from all across Africa, Malaysia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso. I mean, across Africa, I've met a lot of them. But with Rwanda, I
So
don't,
won't
I
say
don't, I think one lady, but onukra over school, over school, no, or sign kofie, or kofie back, or kowari, and I was that was for Rwanda. That is the only one I can remember. Yes.
me who say omukro no omoman pain wa hyehyɛ nyama yɛ nti ɔmo mpa akwanti ɔmo yɛ okay with omukro no sɛ metwe wadwan bebi so a sɛ hɔ nya ɛyɛ den na years ago no na UK for pɛ sɛ ɔmo ne ɔmo mpɛ sɛ ɔmo deport almost asylum seekers call o yɛ adwene bibi ho na kyɛ sɛ mimi saa na mimi hu no mi hu ni sɛ omukro mo no ɔmo nhyɛ dan nyɛ te sɛ yɛn nkrɔfo a yɛfa nsuo so yɛsɛ kɔfa ha yɛwura yɛfɔ sɛ yɛn agye visa bi akɔyɛ bibi ɔmo fa nsuo so koraa to kwan bebree no ɔnte Rwanda fo one day metu kwan akɔyɛ me ne ɔmo akɔyɛ interview
Enya kroni so enti ɔmo tu kwan kraa bi a
hyɛ sɛ kroni so Ghana Africa na ɛwɔ no so kroni ɔmo yɛ 300,000 kraa na bebree betu kwan one day meko Rwanda meko one day no mako engage because me sha omo ntu kwan omo say o hwe Africa so a hwe South Africa so omo ntu kwan sa o omo mu kro no bebre ho kire omo ntu kwan sa omo do omo kro no South Africans ebi tu omo ntu kwan sa ba oba de yen ase ni yen krofo no de a oni se oni me nuanom over any anom for the dia. Hey, Africa, any anom. Any other, hey, Nigeria for the oh baby. Well, it's sad some treaty and sir. A woman say Africans and yeah, and war. So we were Indians, the Pakistan for any women will be go. Only a couple population, some no doors one Indians,
yeah, those
Indians anyway, no doba. Africa today, him say Nigeria for the door so. Lawyer, so where we there? Me and picky questions.
With deportations, no. Near can say they will tighten the rules, make it easy to refuse and return people. We will introduce measures where people do break the rules or break our laws. There are stronger powers and proper enforcement in place to track them down. They will track people. They say they'll be track people down, arrest them, and remove them from our country. That is what they are saying. So they say, almost see that officers will be wearing body camera and stuff like that, so that everything that goes on is being recorded. And prepare, bro. So say, IT, friends, AI, Airbay, they are deploying it in all different sectors. I will not be surprised in a few years down the line when they have this system in bus stops, train stations, where to be face recognition. Until be engine room and CCTV room. Who do up I didn't force who cranny show. One touch. Not just say who try train one, they know the next stop they can meet you. It's possible. These things are changing so fast. And to say not unya krata. Seek advice. This is what I always say. Seek advice. You don't have to come to me. Seek advice close to where you are. The lawyers around. Talk to them. Get to know what you can do to regularize your stay. Because it's becoming tougher and tighter. Obviously, we will continue to tackle illegal working. Continue to search resource into key sectors. E-visa is to help them track people to all these things. So I will leave it here. Those who failing to pay their tax owed, we will build an existing banking measure to ensure this reflect advances in technology. Work across government to take action against those who have not respected the rules by failing to pay tax. Hey, see, we are self-employed now. Who jail taxes? Hey, they are coming after you. So, DJ, it's a massive rollout of changes that's going to come. Wait, the skeleton. The details will follow. And Anono will tell us what is actually going to be. So you see white paper, near Eka, any some of this thing. When him say obi degree and a master's, a money 2 years on Fanye Juma, almost see from 2 years to 18 months, that is 1.5 years, almost 6 months of so from when the rules take effect. Why? We don't know. Reason. Because people are not working in the graduate level jobs. But Ejuma also knew how is the person going to work? So that is the problems we are having. But long and short, they said, DJ, there's going to be change. All change. Somebody said Wahala is coming. Anything can be in the new details they are going to bring. Yeah, share, yeah, monitor, say bar. We will keep you updated. But please seek advice if right now you don't have the right to be in the UK. Seek advice as to how you can regularize your stay in the UK. DJ, if there are any questions, I'm more than happy to take it and we take it from there.
Questions today, we also be comments be want to start here and some who share your TikTok and answer Facebook, you know. TikTok for no just a comment or question where I want to me answer. Just join your YouTube now there to comment section and they'll be to me you are no. I'm show your Facebook, no type or question where lawyer bit me answer. I'm running there bromo and almost to be no more any so all one few more crew most of home bachelor, mom microphone and you may be one yet. So more yet to say and I bit me young corner then bit me money almost be almost yet. Media the American say Africa, may my knee. The enjoy ye took my acotino be man so not a tea, na the woman and to say India. I mean, some way. Anyway, so TikTok for no other question. Me say be more type why am by joining our YouTube. Subscribe to your channel. I mean, I mean pick questions. Lawyer questions will be all in call. Na me pick me starting first row. Okay. So take it away.
Thank you, DJ. Before I continue the questions, before I start the questions, I want to encourage everyone. I want to encourage everybody. Say, go to YouTube, go to Google. When you go to Google, just enter the white paper. Just enter Restoring Control Over Immigration System. Restoring Control Over the Immigration System. May 2025. Restoring Control Over the Immigration System, May 2025. Ebeyi documents no ediamao. White paper na ye kano. Ebeyi amao 76 pages. So what say? Read it. Just read it for fun, and you get to know what is going on. I want everybody to read it. If you have any questions, you can follow up next week. Say, oh, this is Mekai way. So let's educate ourselves. Go read it. Don't rely on me catch or lawyer we catch. But read it for yourself. I mean, just educate yourself, Kakra. What is in this white paper? White paper. Now, at least flip through deportations, English language, health and care, students, universities. Just read through the statistics. The number of people who came to the UK who didn't go. How many people did they offer indefinite leave to? How many people did they grant a British citizenship to last year? You see, you can do these things just, and it's interesting. If you share draw graphs as to how many people came in, the drop down, the increase, very interesting. Beautiful graphs.
Yeah, just screen you, so I didn't make it too so.
1.5 million foreign workers already in UK could face longer wait for permanent residence. That is it. And I'm sure it is even more than that. More than that. So it's look, go read the rules. Go read the white paper. Just read it for fun. And it will help you at least to understand certain things. Let me go to the questions. A lot of people would love to read this and have some information about it. Labor market evidence group, workforce strategies, etc. Please read it. Aram, Ankoma, I hope you're doing good. Is lawyer, is there a difference between skilled worker visa and health and care worker care visa? Now, the health and care is part of the skilled worker. The health and care is part of the skilled workers. Now, when we say skilled worker, we are talking about construction, teachers, health and care, and other sectors. So health and care is only one part of the skilled worker, but sometimes we use it interchangeably. We say healthcare visa or skilled worker visa is the same thing. Okay. Abubakar Al-Hassan, hi. It's not fair. I agreed to move on 5 years route, and now you want us to go to 10 years route. Second, people move in without family. Now government says, no, don't have to stress yet. We are waiting for the changes. We haven't seen it yet. We have not seen the changes yet. This is white paper. These are the things they intend to do. But also, there is something we call transitional provisions and transitional arrangements. Usually, if you are in the UK under a certain rule, example, the 5-year route on which you are, as a spouse, as a parent, etc., etc., and the rules change, there is normally a transitional provision which protects people who are under the old law to remain under that law. And then the people who come after the laws change will come under the new rules. Example, some people were under the 18,600 financial requirement rules. 18,600 financial requirement. Now, when the financial requirements changed to 29,000, they who were under, or those who were under the 18,600 are still under the 18,600 because of the transitional provision which protects them. In this case, I believe that those who are under the 5 years, spouse visa, etc., etc., I strongly believe that there'll be some transitional arrangements for them to protect them under those, to be under the old rules rather than the new ones. But let's wait, and I strongly believe that they will not be put or forced onto the 10-year route. Okay. Alhaji Givers, good evening. What are the procedures when you want to get married to an EU citizen? The procedures, if you want to get married to an EU citizen, is just like every other procedure if you want to marry anybody else in this country. First of all, identify the woman you want to marry. Secondly, make sure you are in love with her. Thirdly, make sure it's a genuine relationship. The next is you have to inform her parents. And once the parents agree, or you are both agreeable that yes, we want to get married, inform your respective family members. They perform the necessary rites on your behalf. That is if you're doing it from outside the UK. But if you want to marry here in the UK, please go and inform your registrar in the council or the borough in which you are. They will set a date for you. You go and see them. They may interview you to be sure that it's a genuine relationship. Once that is established, they would fix a date for you. In fact, they have to inform the Home Office that A and B want to get married. The Home Office will conduct their own checks to be sure that it's a genuine relationship. Once that is established, the Home Office will give you the go-ahead. You go and get married. It does not matter whether the individual is a British, whether the individual has indefinite, or whether the individual is an EU national. The procedures should be the same. But remember, UK is no longer part of the EU. So if you marry an EU national, the UK rules will be used in processing your application and not the EU laws. I hope I have explained it well enough for you. Thank you. Drew Boafo. So please, with the white paper, what are the implications for people with EU pre-settled status? Do you think it will remain 5 years or 10 years? The EU nationals are not affected by the provisions in this white paper. EU nationals and their family members, those with the pre-settled status, settled status, are under the EUSS provisions and the withdrawal agreement. They are not under the UK rules. They are under the EUSS settlement scheme provisions. But if you want to change from your EU settlement to British citizenship, that is a different matter. You are now coming under the UK British nationality rules. Their rules are different from the settlement, the EU settlement ones. So under the EU laws, your indefinite settlement, you are okay. But if you want to move to British citizenship, then you have to meet the requirements that will be coming into effect from when the rules change. Hello, Richard Sego. Hi. Please, are those due for citizenship need to write? Those due to write the B2 or stick with the B1? Well, right now as we speak, it's B1. The rules will change. It hasn't changed yet. So as we speak, it's B1. So if you are eligible, or if you qualified, or if you're required to write it now, I would write it now rather than waiting for it to get to B2. And I don't think that B2 is any easier. So please, if you can, get it done and you keep your certificate. Thank you. Highest J. Does B2 and life in the UK test expire? B2 does not expire if you use it for your indefinite. If you use the B2 or B1 for your indefinite, you can use the same B1 or B2 for your British citizenship. Say it again. If you use a B1 for indefinite leave to remain, or you use a B2 for indefinite leave to remain, you can use the same B1 or B2 for your British citizenship. But if you did not do the B1 or B2, maybe you were transitioning from EU rules, you're not going to the citizenship rules, then you have to write the B1 or B2, and it is normally valid for 2 years. 2 years. But if you use it for indefinite, it doesn't matter how many years, you can still use it for your British citizenship. Life in the UK does not expire. It is for right now, it is for life. But just as they've stated in the white paper, they are going to be reviewing it. It's going to be refreshing. So I'm sure as time goes on, it might have some expiry dates. We don't know, but based on what they are saying, you never know, they can put an expiry date on it. So get it out of the way now before it gets too late. Eric Handsome, hi. Will someone also wait for 10 years to, will spouse also wait for 10 years to get citizenship? As we speak, no. Based on the white paper, we haven't seen anything like that. We are waiting for the details. I said earlier, and I'm again saying that usually there is something we call the transitional provision, transitional arrangements, which protects people who are under a certain rule so that they don't have to fall in the new rules. We are waiting, and I hope there'll be some transitional arrangements to protect people who are under the 5 years so that they don't put them on the 10 years. It will be very unfair to put them on the 10 years when they already under the 5-year round. So let's wait until the details come. But I believe there will be a provision for them. Abba Craxon, hi. Those with 2.5 years, will they also wait for another 10 years? I've just answered this. No, right now it is no. If it is 2.5 years based on a parent or based on a partner, today as we are speaking, it is no. We are waiting for the rules and the changes to come. The white paper is their intention of what is going to take place. Let's wait for the details. But I said, those under the 5 years, I believe, will still be protected by the transitional provision. Those under the 5 years will be protected, most likely based on the previous experiences, that they'll be protected under the transitional provision, not to move them to the 10 years. But that is based on my estimation of what has happened over the years. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait to see what the details will be. Dex B. Okay. Dex. Let me just keep it to Dex. Good evening to you. My 5 years will expire in December It's UU pre-settled rule, but in the beginning of the year, the Home Office sent an email that you shouldn't apply for indefinite. They will. That you shouldn't apply for indefinite. They will give it to you. No, I would not advise you to wait. If it's December and they have not sent you any indefinite, please go ahead and apply yourself. Don't wait for them to do it. Apply yourself. It might not get to you early for them to apply, and these rules, like I'm saying, you can't be too sure. So please, if it is December, please apply for your indefinite with all the supporting documents. What they do sometimes is they use your national insurance number and NI number to check if you've been in the UK for 5 years, and they also check if the EU national has been in the UK for 5 years. And once that is established, then they can proceed to issue you with the indefinite leave to remain. But please don't wait for them to do it. Be proactive, do it yourself in December once you hit 5 years. Kwabna Bahai, is there an exception to 10 years route? Land, engineers, nurses, and family route? I don't really get it. But I know that if you are here on a skilled worker, engineers, nurses, etc., on a skilled worker route, is 5 years as I speak. It's 5 years as I speak. But they intend to change it. We do not know the details yet. So let's wait to see what it will contain when the rules, the difference, or the details comes. Thank you. Joanna Osafo, hi. I'm a health worker and I'm on a 3-year visa. I want to know if I'm going to renew my stay, if the new law came in, or am I going to write English language here in the UK? Well, thank you. I think this is an area of concern to a lot of people because we are all concerned. Are we going to be affected by the rules? Are we going to be on the same old rules? Are we going to still be on the 5-year route? Are we going to be shifted to 10 years? Do I have to write the English language test? We have to wait. We have to wait. But I will say it again. Usually, there is a transitional provision. There's a protection for people who are under a certain law, so they don't fall in the new rules. There's normally a protection so that if you're under a certain rule, you continue with that law. You continue with that rule rather than the new one. So I am hoping and praying that the transitional provision arrangement, the transitional arrangement will work so that those who are under the 5 years, whether you have 3 years going for another 2 years, or 2 years going for 3 years, or 5 years straight, we pray that they will be protected so that they don't fall within the new changes that will come requiring 10 years residence in the UK. Ishmael Kwabena Ajemang. Hi, I hope you're doing good. Hi, lawyer. Over the week, I heard the Home Secretary saying in Parliament that a new immigration rule, which requires one to live in the UK for 10 years before qualifying to apply for indefinitely, would not apply. Would not apply where? Over the week, I heard that the new immigration rules, which would not apply to those already in the country, especially health workers. That is exactly my explanation, which says that there will be, or there must be, or there normally will be transitional arrangement, transitional provision, protection, a wall to protect those who are under the old rule. So rightly said, if the Prime Minister or the Home Secretary said that, then certainly you should have some protection. So let's not all be stressed, let's not worry, let's not panic, let's calm down to see what the changes will be. Samuel Ansari, hi, can I bring my partner to the UK after the new law? I'm a care worker at NHS. I have COS 6131. Bro, Sam, you are good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Those who are on 6135613614561446, they cannot bring their partners, their dependents, but you are on 6131. It means that you are outside that scope. So yes, you should be able to bring your spouse, all things being equal. Nana Prempe. Hi, Nana. Please, can conditional caution theft by employee and assault that was received since 2014, and the apology accepted by the sergeant affects your naturalization application due soon enough. Do soon, even though you had a good rehabilitation working in mental health care sector since then. Finished college and studying as a mental health nursing due to finish soon. This is conditional caution. I don't think that will affect you. But what will happen is if they ask if you have ever had a caution, criminal conviction, reprimand, caution, etc., etc. If the caution appears, then you have to tick yes. You have to tick yes. If caution appears in the list, you have to tick yes. But once that has been taken care of over the years 2014 to now, I'm sure that should not affect your application for either is it settlement or naturalization. You should, I believe, you should be fine. Caution, you should be fine. Samuel Kwame Akruma. Oh, okay. I always thought it was Nkrumah. Can an overstay make an application as a parent of a health and care dependent child? Yes, it is possible to make an application as a parent of a health and care dependent child. So let's put it this way. Assuming that the child is in the UK with the mother, and the mother has 5 years or 3 years as a health care worker, and the child also has the same duration of leave. The father is living in a different address. The father has contact with his child. The father plays a very important role in the child's life. The father takes the child to school, brings the child from school. The father takes the child to GP and brings the child from GP if the need arises to go for medical appointments. The father is involved in the child's life, deeply involved in the child's life, and plays a very important role in the child's life. I will say yes, it is possible for the father to apply for leave to remain based on the child, but that will be outside of the immigration rules. That will be on the Human Rights Act under the HRO, that is Human Rights Other Provisions. So I will say yes, it is possible, but it needs a lot of ingredients in that case. This is not one of those cases where you take a piece of paper and just write anything and just fill the form and send it up. It will be refused. You need to build a very strong case, especially with regards to your connection, your contact, the evidence to prove that you are really bonded with your child, and the child has 3 years, or the child has 5 years, or the child has indefinitely, not indefinitely, but 3 years, 2 years, or 5 years. You can make that application, and I believe that you should have a very good chance of succeeding. Thank you. Dream Agency TV. My wife recently entered as a student. What does the future hold for her, and can she gain settlement by marriage? Oh, you say your wife gained entry as a student. So are you saying you're still married to her, get settlement through you because you're still married to her? So I would say if she came as a student and she finishes her course, yes, they will give her 2 years to work. No, not 2 years. They are going to change it from the 2 years to 18 months. They will give her 18 months to work as a graduate on the graduate route. Now, if during that time of working as during the graduate route of 2 years or 18 months she's working, and she gets a sponsor, it can be any other sponsor, a healthcare, construction, nursing in the NHS, and they have sponsorship license, and then she can switch into that category. Then, of course, she can eventually work towards a settlement in the UK. So, yes, it's possible. It's possible. But when you're talking about marriage, you've already mentioned to me that she is married to you, and therefore she cannot be married to another person. She can only be married to one person at a time. All right. Rodiando, I have already put you in my application for I've already put in my application for indefinite leave to remain at the Home Office. I would like to know if any changes will affect me. No, you are already in there, so you are sorted. You shouldn't have to worry. You should be fine. Good evening. Hi, Kwame Kusi. I made 20 years application and it's been They're almost 2 years now. What can I do? Oh boy, 2 years is a long time. 2 years is a very long time. I asked to make complaints, but they said it will provoke in my caseworker. No. 2 years is a long time. I know that normally it takes, the Home Office says 1 year, 12 months. So if it goes past 12 months, please complain. Write to them. Tell them it's taking too long. 2 years by anybody's standard is such a long time. I know the Home Office can be busy. They are overwhelmed and inundated with work sometimes, but your case is equally as important as everybody else's case. And therefore, if it's been there for 2 years, please contact the Home Office. Write to them. You can raise a complaint. It will not affect your application. If you have proved that you live in the UK for 20 years, there is evidence to prove you've lived here for 20 years, the complaint cannot make them refuse your application. No. If you have evidence and you provided the evidence that you've been in the UK for 20 years and you use that to support your application, complaining will not lead to a refusal or rejection of your application. It will not. Unless you didn't send the correct documents, unless you have not got enough evidence to prove that you were in the UK for 20 years. In that case, then that is where you have the fear that if you go complaining, they will refuse your application. So take note of that. Teresa Odrokwa saying, hi, Auntie Terry. I am on a postgraduate permit visa. What happens to my fate within and after my 2 years, because I have been trying to get a COS but to no avail? Auntie Teresa, it's not easy, but don't give up. Keep trying. Get a COS, get a sponsorship, get somebody. It doesn't have to be health and care all the time. It can be in any other sector. It can be in the hospitality industry. Talk to the hotels. Maybe they have it. Talk to a teacher. If you're a teacher, you can do that. Or you did a university degree, so maybe you can be a teacher somewhere. Talk to the schools. It's not easy. I know it's not easy, but don't give up. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. You'll be able to get a sponsor. You'll be able to get a sponsor. But of course, you can call the office line. Maybe during the week we can talk at 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. You can call that line and then we can talk and see if there's any way we can assist. Ajay Kwame Peter, hi. I'm an EU family member dependent. My pre-settled status is ending November. Can I apply for my settled status now? Is it based on your father, your mother? If that is the case, were you in the UK when it was issued, or did you come to join them in the UK? I need to know these details. If you came to join them, then your 5 years starts from the date you joined them. If you were in the UK and they applied for you, then the 5 years starts from the date you were dependent on them. So the calculation of the 5 years will determine when you should apply, either now or wait till November. Let me know much more information as to when you joined them or you got the right to be in the UK. If it was based on dependency, then certainly it will be from when the dependency started. Okay, thank you. Esiedu Wafo. Hello, Papa Esiedu. My son came to the UK with the wife on the care visa. They were given 3 years. However, the company that brought them, they never gave them job and later wrote to the Home Office. Last week, we received a letter from the Home Office to say their visa is now cancelled. Is there any chance, and can we come and see you on the 29th of May? Papa Buafo, when we finish the program, call me 079-3141-1042. 079-3141-1042. I'll send you a link. Contact them and see if you can get the COS from those companies. But you call me and then I can send you that link. 079-3141-1042. That's my mobile number. The office number is 0208 0165 384. So call and I'll pass that information to you, the link for you to contact them. Okay? Thank you.
Lawyer!
Papa.
Your time in Asun. And then that's a Wiseman Solicitors. My contact number now show screen, so we'll be able to find it out. I'll bet me I contact you. Over screen is Siana. On my name, I screen so that you bet me I try to her, and also bet me a screenshot here to her. No, I contact you. Lawyer, office location. And now, Minja, on me, I do my next week, Friday. You better say she has a moon, son, some more in the boss, moon go for a day. I'm going to be an almost sorry. Now where do we have boom? Now where do we have boom? Now where do we have boom? No more do we have out. No more frustrated amount.
UK immigration rules. When you're careful, pet, all the apofin, ever yajuma, apofin, so the yajuma na fa. And today, you have to be checking. Check in the morning, check in the evening, check in the morning, check in the evening, check in the morning, check in the evening. So, UK immigration rules is a very interesting area, and it is always developing, always developing. Nyame aduma next week ebesha, but office details. Wiseman Solicitors, 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 the Print House. London, Dalston, London, E8 3DL. E8 3DL, that's the postcode. Telephone number 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. That's the office number. And the mobile number is 079 31 411 042. 079-31-411-042. And not
All right.
Mobile number. No. You were Dalston Junction. You bang Dalston Market. No. You were McDonald's. Nechi. You need Dalston Markets no more. But you bang Dalston Market. No. Yeah, not DJ Dream say you were Dalston Market. No, you need Dalston Market. But you bang Dalston Market. DJ. Thank you so much for another day, for having this program to let our people know what is going on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did you enjoy on the platform again? Very soon we'll meet on the platform next week.
Oh, sir, Studio Biana. Wisdom Akawana Mutieno live from UK on SVTV Africa. So every Fridays, I say, first time I'll share it here. And making sure so better subscribe, like a videos, share. I don't maybe me and so sana be live. When you be a share na we the course. Maybe how they follow me. I'm the updates, bro. Nyame course about immigration matters. And check many Aisha Beba about Germany matters. The Aisha Beba na no so the mititi send me or any better. Germany me beba US me the brand money lawyer aba on the woman baby one me naba here lawyer pa heavy lawyer or US lawyer aba heavy so na Canada so many kwesi for Sweden come I mean the updates brand money so to follow here SVTV Africa web so na many amount for train come from Ghana business link come on business is me promote you we business be Ghana but me link up more outside so me amount for stories if you are there from the Nkofa film the Nkofo Suani ade challenges omo film ni ade Suani wa ha platform so there enye de unya hwimfim no yenye ne sa ye de ye kyerɛw ne ekoso ti obi story a utie de obi ya business obi ya obetapi bibi efim beboa eno na de bia meka chairman for say information ye key ye Ghana for no be brain any information nti ye bia na ho akokyere nti information is very important. Me dem say mo follow yen SVTV Africa fans mo share yen na TikTok so mo share your Facebook and your official page way YouTube channel mo follow your subscribers yan no mo ya there mo share link no na mo follow and you can dollar sem ko share so share your TikTok ahun o share your Facebook ahun ba follow your YouTube abun and me Patrick Babankwa expert or dollar and semu aha kona kotie ne hu ne eba so usika no ube save na say usika no ube sesano insema ye kan ne no onya ne ntie no bebia eda YouTube me Patrick Babankwa kasa enti omo hwe na me interviews ni de bebre wo ho abrante ba ko so a ono so fi Dubai ba also Dubai ba no hwe ni kutoku ba ba Ghana the mindset focus here we okay wo Ghana or nyama oye or bibia o sini dan or ba wa bibia I mean people are making it in Ghana and you need na akwantu but ebi mo say this be too kwan kwa abroach answer ni abrante bi di nkomo nyame ado ma chamba hwe video no Canada sika no je wo Ghana and also ja o Canada mo wetie no china we be say eh mo saska wan ka me stay we stay I mean too kwan obi ane ne de command the many amount for the experience no bebo ba bibia mindset information and just in follow crowd nigga say na nyina follow no me udi mechi ameka no kre natural so betu anamon bia make sure say what find the way information and na bibia so betimi aye o mindset the o hwe ne de utie a key so the phone nature you will not see anything on the TikTok yeah life will be say na show TikTok but what we do atem o UK ho and obeso ko UK ho onim bibia we cry kakra na obi won kwa says the US better than say we fa na ko de ko isu nyo no nti obetu aka am agent on information. It's so sad but omo aso ebeti de bi anso meka cho say man yen ni hwese na brofo na jojo yen o de omo tight omo nyama yen hwe ntwa ni hwe man ni na yen so yen develop na akwantu no enka say nye but obi wa ni hopes ni aso kwa abrochi wonya abrochi nso wan koso e minimum bebre abrochi won go abrochi dry in mind o onya hwe o ni dwen adwen ni nyina abrochi no wenya nko see why old so plan mindset key get information on follow yen TikTok for me that say na mo join here maybe call off from her later maybe I meet me about life bi na you have a din komo bi mo update bi din komo bi am be dey bi am about life bi so member life madam say mo share madam production team say if I'm DJ nyame I know I like a page no share Charlie I'm signing out.
This Airbnb in Dansoman Estates, Accra, is only $40 a day and offers all the amenities for a comfortable stay. It is also conveniently located 30 minutes away from the airport. We also have 1 and 2 bedroom apartments for long-term rental at Ingleshi, Amamprum, 15 minutes to the Wejito booth and the West Hills Mall, going for 1,500 and 1,000 Ghana cedis only. Call Parry Group on 053-866-3532, 053-866-3532. This is Parry Group of Companies.